Hi everyone. Just wanted to come live and do a quick educational piece. Today, these are jewelry finds that I found. One would say found these out in the wild. They are more vintage pieces as far as earrings, vintage costume, unsigned pieces. Some need cleaning, but overall, I was pretty happy with what I found today. Now, I did want to kind of make an educational video for folks that aren't generally educated in the jewelry side of the world. I take after my grandma. I've collected for, gosh, most of my adult life jewelry. I have my own collections. But today I wanted to show you this hinged vintage cuff. Now, after seeing this sit in the consignment store, my local consignment store, for over a year, I ended up bringing this home today because I'm sitting in the store, and I actually went live from my Facebook page or my profile earlier while I was at the store. And I wanted to point out that this cuff was not accurately described. It was labeled as ivory colored hinged bracelet. But closer examining, obviously, you can see the Schreger lines here. Schreger lines are more of like a cross-hatched pattern of lines in this piece of jewelry. You can see them both on the outer part of the cuff. You can see them on the inner part of the cuff. This item is actually cold to the touch, so it's not plastic. The coloring is on point for age. And so, again, after seeing this sit in the jewelry store, I know what this is. But most people that aren't jewelry educated, they wouldn't think twice about something like that. It gets walked past, and this was not locked up. This was just in one of those little type of jewelry bracelet rotators for the public to touch if they wanted to as they walk by. This is in fact ivory. Now it is base metal on the hinge on this particular piece of jewelry. It's got a gold wash. There are no markings otherwise, so you would need to know what to look for. It's just really, really nice piece. And the beauty of it, yes, is beautiful, with a very sad history on jewelry that was made earlier in time. But it's still a beautiful piece. It is illegal to sell ivory. I don't believe the person selling it in their booth knew what they had, as it was obviously not accurately described. You can actually pick up and see some of these Schreger lines, the crosshatch pattern line there. They're inside, again, cold to the touch. Just got to know what to look for when you come across things like that. Okay. So again, this is more for educational purposes. So this will remain in my collection, my personal collection, as an heirloom. It's such a beautiful piece. A few other items I found from actually the same vendor while I was there at the store are some unsigned rhinestone costume earrings. Beautiful and sparkly. I love all the blues. These are unsigned silver tone costume metal. It looks like someone put moleskin on here to so that something like that would not exactly, have the metal digging into the ears. So that would need to be cleaned up. Very beautiful and bright and clean. I didn't find any missing rhinestones on these guys. They're actually so sparkly that they're not showing very well. Okay. Get a nice little find, nice little retro find. Very Hollywood glam, if you will. These pretty pieces like this get harder and harder to find in such a nice vintage condition. Not sure who may have made those. I did find this costume pair. Does need a little bit of cleaning. They are all glass stones, rhinestones in silver tone costume. I love the sawtooth or the type of houndstooth pointed edge prong setting. And this one does the blues kind of give it that giver glass, because you look at the glass marquee stones, the marquee glass cabs or glass rhinestones in there remind me of giver glass, where you have an ombre, or you look at it from one color and you'll find another color in a different angle. Sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's kind of like an ombre effect. Again, nice, pretty pieces. Sometimes you'll find Shriner pieces that use the same settings. Shriner doesn't always sign their pieces. It could be something like that designer, it could be another. Just depends. If you're willing to put in the time to research stuff like that, it's always helpful. I like to know what I have. Okay. Again, that was a nice blue pair. I think the theme was blue jewelry for the most part in today's finds, in these little rhinestone clip-on earrings. All glass. So very nice vintage condition. The last pair I want to go over. As soon as I saw these guys, before I even looked at the backings, I automatically thought these could be Regency. They've got an AB glass rhinestone in there. And they've got some glass AB effect on the leaves that are molded glass leaves. The setting, as far as the central glass rhinestone, which is darker blue, is typical for typical either Weiss or Regency. So have to look these up and see and find out. They do need a cleaning. They do have that kind of more of like a gray gunmetal tone color backing in the hardware. Got a little bit of verdigris, but it's nothing you can't clean off. Helpful tip is baking soda and vinegar, what I like to use very gently with Q-tips to clean stuff like that, to get some of that green off. But overall, great condition for the age of these costume rhinestone earrings. So very happy with what I picked out today and found locally here. I like to identify jewelry if I can help others. I used to do that quite a bit. All right. So this has been more of a jewelry educational piece. Once again, if you're like me and like collecting jewelry, stuff to look out for. There are hidden treasures out there, whether it be locally or you're traveling. Just take your time and really give things a second look. And you'll be surprised what you can find out there. All right. Be sure to catch me here on my channel, The Adorned Locket, from time to time for live jewelry sales, how-tos, and just other fun videos such as jewelry ID, identification, hauls, crystals, gems, and jewelries. Of course, handmade items too. Thank you guys for joining me. Take care and have a great day.